Yo, what's good, Grateful family? Welcome in. Welcome back to the Grateful Gab Sports Huddle. I'm Grateful Dave. This is the Grateful Gab Sports Huddle. Today's episode is being brought to you by Sugarcane Sweet Shop. Got the daily verse coming, and then we'll begin into the Sports Huddle rundown. Daily verse for the day of November 27, 2025, derived from the book of Philippians, chapter 4, verse 7, and it states as follows. And the peace of God that surpasses all understanding will guard your hearts and your mental powers by means of Christ Jesus. Amen. And again, that's from the book of Philippians, chapter 4, verse 7. The Sports Huddle rundown is as follows, ladies and gentlemen. NFL Week 12 recap. It was a circus, right? Merry-go-round of different things that happened last weekend. I'll be tapping on that briefly because we got some football for Thursday football, all the way to Thursday night football, and we got Friday night football or Friday football in the NFL tomorrow. So I'll be looking ahead to those games today and tomorrow, giving my predictions of who will win or lose the four matchups over the next couple of days. NCAA Top 25 Week 13 recap and a look ahead to NCAA rivalry week, the last week of the regular season of college football. All the rival teams match up. Is always some good games, upsets, right? Old-fashioned hate between the dogs and the swarm, right? And so many same feelings between these prestige programs who meet up in every game every year, the last game of the year, excuse me. Also, the college football top 12 newest release that came out Tuesday. I have insight to that. NBA season, NCAA men's and women's top 25, and I'll be wrapping it up with the National Hockey League. So getting into it, looking forward to it. So NFL Week 12 last week again, it was a carousel, a circus of different things happened. Tapping on the Eagles loss, right? The Eagles fell apart last week against the Cowboys. Dak Prescott improved to a amazing 19 straight games won, 19 straight home victories against NFC East opponents, right? Cowboys fans felt like they had won the Super Bowl, right? Well, that happiness and joy will be short-lived because they have a game later on today, which most likely they'll get the L, and I'm taking them to get the L. But honestly, we shot ourselves in the foot, right? We went up 21. We scored 21 points in the first half, right? We had a period where we was up 21-0, and then 24 straight unanswered points from the Cowboys, their largest comeback ever in Cowboys history, right? But we just didn't get it done. So looking forward to see how we can bounce back this week as we have a Friday matchup against the Bears, our last NFC North team. We'll be looking to sweep the NFC North this year. But yeah, we just got to be better, play better football, and that's when it's all said and done. That's what it comes down to. Also, I did not cover Thursday night football last week because I didn't record the sports huddle, this past weekend. The Texans ended up defeating the Bills 23-19. The Texas defense looking good. They in a playoff push, right, in a position to try to go on a stretch these last couple of games and make a name for themselves and win some football games to get back in the playoffs. The Chiefs found a way to win against the Colts in overtime, a win they needed to have. They defeated the Colts 23-20. The Bears defeated the Steelers, right? The Bears still finding ways to win. They're ahead of the NFC North right now with an 8-3 record, right? Who would have thought that the Bears would have came in and led their division? At the beginning of the season, I didn't think they were going to lead their division, but I thought they were going to be a better team. But it's Ben Johnson, Chicago team is coming to play, and it's a good matchup for the Eagles tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that. Patriots, they defeated the Bengals, becoming the first team of the season to win 10 games. They defeated the Bengals 26-20. T. Higgins suffered an injury in that matchup. Don't know how severe his injury is, but the Jamar Chase was definitely missed in that matchup. The Ravens defeated the Jets 23-10. The Seahawks defeated the Titans 30-24. The Packers defeated the Vikings 23-6. The Lions defeated the Giants in overtime 34-27. The Jaguars defeated the Cardinals in overtime 27-24. The Browns and Shedeur Sanders defeated the Raiders 24-10. Shedeur Sanders became the first ever Browns quarterback to win in his first NFL start for the Cleveland Browns. So that was cool for him, to be able to come in and play well and just get his feet wet, right, and continue to do what he's done on all levels is win. He did have one touchdown and one interception. He went 11 for 20 for 209 yards, which wasn't too bad. So that was pretty decent for his first, NFL start. He is tagged the starter for Week 13, so we'll be looking to see how he does in his second start. The Falcons defeated the Saints 24-10. The Rams dominated the Buccaneers, absolutely whooped on them 34-7. And then Monday night, we had the 49ers defeat the Panthers 20-9. So as we move to this weekend's matchups, today's matchups is actually kicking off here shortly in about the next hour, an hour from the time of this recording. The Lions-Packers matchup, right? A game that kicked off the NFL season between these two teams earlier this year. Well, it didn't kick off the NFL season, but that was their first matchup of the NFL season. They played earlier this year. The Packers got the best of the Lions, right? The Lions didn't look like the team they are at all, right? Packers put a whooping on them, but ever since then, this Lions offense has been producing at a high level, right? They're a team that is coming off a victory last week, hard fought against the Giants, and they'll be looking to right the wrong from that loss early this year against the Packers, right? Again, even more emphasis on the matchup because it's a divisional opponent, right? You want to be able to, dominate your division as much as possible and win the division. And most likely, if you win the division, you have some type of say so for a playoff spot, right? We don't know where your position might be, but your playoff spot is pretty, concrete. So we shall see how that matchup turns out today. I have the Lions, just because I just think that the way they play football, right, the way they've responded against the Giants last week after coming off a loss against the Eagles, right, they're ready to play. The Packers did win this past weekend as well, but it wasn't anything that was impressive, right? They defeated the Vikings, which is a divisional opponent, right? But JJ McCarthy and that Vikings team is it's not in comparison to what the Lions team bring, right? They're gonna be at home. The Lions gonna be home. The Packers on the road, right? Hostile environment, right? No elements, right? No, it's not gonna be a game of the elements because they play in a dome. But that run package between Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, right, is gonna be tough, right? Jared Goff got to play high level football for them to be victorious, right? I'm excited to see the defense though, right? Both of these defenses are stout and they're physical. They fly to the ball. They're smart. And so I'm looking forward to see how they match up against the Packers receivers for the Lions DBs, and I'm looking forward to see how the Packers front seven stops that run for Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. So that should be a good game kicking off football today at 1 p.m. on Fox. Then following that game at 4:30 p.m. on CBS, the long-lived hope of the Dallas Cowboys will come to an end. Looking forward to it. The Cowboys will be hosting the Chiefs again. They win last week against the Eagles. They thought that was their Super Bowl. I got guys in my group chat telling me Dak Prescott gonna be a Hall of Famer. I mean, it's just absurd. Cowboys energy is floating around. I just thought that was funny as well. But yeah, Chiefs heading into town. Chiefs in a do or die situation, right? They're looking to close out and run a table over these last couple weeks here, for their season, right? They started off rocky, but they've been finding their footing here over the last couple weeks, right? Lost back-to-back games against the Bills and the Broncos, right? Two teams that are competitors in their conference, right? But now, they found a way to beat one of the best teams in the AFC last week in overtime, and the Colts at home. Now they're going on a road against a team that they know that's coming in with confidence, that's hosting with confidence, but also the Chiefs are playing at a high level right now, and they're looking to do whatever they can to find ways to win. Andy Reid is consistently running the ball, right, relying on that run game to get that pass game going, and the Chiefs defense they do what they do. So the Cowboys should have their handful today, but the Cowboys are going to bring it too, right? That Georgia Bulldog, George Pickens, he came and played, showed up big last week for the Cowboys against the Eagles, right? CeeDee Lamb got to find a way to catch balls consistently, right? He has too many drops this year. I think he leads the league in drop passes this year, so he'll be looking to right the wrong of opportunities he's had, that he didn't take advantage of. So it should be a good matchup today. Dak Prescott's been playing at a high level, right? It should be a good matchup today between Patrick Mahomes and Dak Prescott and the Chiefs and Cowboys. But I'm going to take the Chiefs to win this game today, 4:30 p.m. on CBS. And with the Cowboys losing this game, their playoff hopes dwindled drastically, right? Their playoff hopes increased last week because of a win over us. by like 10%, I think. But the remaining schedule for the Cowboys is as follows. They have the Lions after the Chiefs. Then they have the Vikings. Then they have the Chargers. Then they go Commanders, Giants. So if they don't win today, the likelihood of them winning the rest of the games this year is kind of slim, and they need to be able to do that to make it to the playoffs. So they currently have a 5-5-1 record. So they win today, they'll be 6-5-1. And then they go to Detroit. They host the Vikings. They host the Chargers. They go on the road against the Commanders, and they go on the road against the Giants at the end of the year. So every game matters for the Cowboys here on out. But I know they feel like they have the mindset of they have to win today, because if not, playoff hopes are most likely out of the picture. So it should be a good game today at 4:30 p.m. on CBS. Looking forward to it. And then tonight, Thursday Night Football, it won't be on Prime Video. It'll be on Peacock or NBC tonight at 8:20 p.m. on NBC. Thursday Night Football, Ravens hosting the Bengals. Right, not a huge matchup that I'm looking forward to, right? Joe Flacco is still slotted to make the start for the Bengals. Joe Burrow is trending healthy, if I'm not mistaken. And Jamar Chase will be available tonight as well. A huge missing piece for them last week against the Patriots. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens looking to right the wrong, right? They've been winning since Lamar's been back, and taking control of their season once again, looking to make a playoff push as well. So the Ravens remaining schedule is as follows. After this matchup against the Bengals, they got the Steelers, the Bengals again. They got the Patriots, they got the Packers, and they got the Steelers again to wrap up the season. So, few divisional opponent games, one, two, three more divisional opponent matchups included today's game. So they have 4 divisional games over the next 6 weeks, and then they got the Patriots and the Packers. So that should be, a pretty solid schedule. They're currently at 6-5 right now. They're looking to advance to 7-5 tonight with the win over the Bengals, but that should be good. I am going to take the Ravens to win tonight, just because I don't really believe in the Bengals' ability to play consistent football, right? Which a lot of teams fall into that category. My team as well. But with the quarterback situation and the things that they're not as efficient in on defense, I expect the Ravens to handle business at home tonight and advance to their 7th win on the year. So that's what it is for Thursday night football and Thursday football. Friday football, the Philadelphia Eagles are looking to get back in the winning column, right? I can't see us winning 2 games. I mean, I can't see us losing 2 games in a row in the same season. I can't see it. So we lost to the Cowboys last week. The last time we lost 2 games in a row was early this year when we lost to the Broncos 21-17, and we lost to the Giants when they put a whooping on us 34-17. So after that loss, we had won 4 straight games, and I expect us to respond in the same type of manner, right? We win tomorrow against the Bears, we'll be 9-3, and we win the remaining 3 games after that, we'll be 12-3. So I'm looking forward to the schedule. We got the Bears tomorrow at 3 p.m. on Prime Video. After that, we got Monday Night Football against the Chargers on the road in LA. Then we host the Raiders. We go on the road against the Commanders. We go on the road against the Bills, and we host the Commanders to end the regular season. So that's our next 6 games right there: Bears, Chargers, Raiders, Commanders, Bills, Commanders. We should win at least 4 out of these next 6 games. Really 5 out of the next 6 games, honestly, but at least 4 out of these next 6 games, and we can end the season 12-4. So it's not bad, you know what I mean? But we got to be able to, make something happen. So when the next 4 out of these 12 games, excuse me, we're in the season 12-5. I can't count, but I expect us to really win 5 out of these next 6 games. We could really win all the games, really. If I'm being honest, we can win each and every game, and I expect us to win each and every game. But it's going to take 1 game at a time, 1 week at a time. Play smart football, man. I mean, the Cowboys beat us last week. Yeah, granted, good job, but we beat ourselves too. 14 penalties for 96 yards is unacceptable, right? It's a joke. We're not going to play football, winning football with that, right? That's not what you do. You're not going to play winning football like that. Stop being the laughing stock of the NFL right now, and everybody's doubting the reigning Super Bowl champions and what we can be able to do. But just go play football, man. Line it up and be better. That's what it comes down to. So that's the NFL slate this weekend for Thursday and Friday's matchups, and then pull back up on a Saturday sports. Although I will have more information in regards to not only the recap of Thursday and Friday's matchups, but also a look ahead to the full schedule of NFL Week 13. We're here in Week 13 already. This is amazing, like flying by. As we move on to NCAA Top 25 Week 13 recap, Week 13 wasn't really filled with any interesting matchups. We did have some games in the top 25 that kind of shook up the playoff picture a little bit. Are you enjoying today's episode? This episode of the Grateful Gab podcast is proudly sponsored by Sugarcane Sweet Shop. At Sugarcane Sweet Shop, every dessert is made with love, creativity, and a sprinkle of sweetness. From the signature cookies and cupcakes to custom cakes for every occasion, Sugarcane is available to make your moments a little more special. Follow them on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook at Sugarcane Sweet Shop to see what's fresh from the oven. And don't forget to treat yourself today. But the top 25 matchups last week and results sticks out as follows. We had number 4 Georgia dominate Charlotte 35-3. Honestly, I feel like that doesn't deserve the whipping sound because we should have had 60 points on them. But nevertheless, we did win, and we were able to sit a lot of the starters out in that second half to rest up for Georgia Tech as we look to host the old-fashioned hate game down in Atlanta. We headed on the road to Mercedes-Benz Stadiums to face Georgia Tech tomorrow. Looking forward to that matchup. We had number 1 Ohio State dominate Rutgers 42-9. We had number 3 Texas A&M shut out Samford 48-0. We had a top 25 ranked matchup between number 7 Oregon and number 15 USC. Oregon defeated USC 42-27. We had another top 25 ranked matchup in the SEC. We had number 8 Oklahoma defeat number 22 Missouri 17-6. We had number 7 Notre Dame absolutely dominate Syracuse 70-7. Let me say it again, 70-7. Absolutely dominated. Number 10 Alabama shut out Eastern Illinois 56-0. Number 11 BYU defeated Cincinnati 26-14. Number 12 Utah defeated Kansas State 51-47. Number 13 Virginia Tech defeated number 13 Miami defeated Virginia Tech 34-17. Number 14 Vanderbilt with an impressive win over Kentucky 45-17. We had an upset out of the ACC. We had unranked Pitt defeat number 16 Georgia Tech 42-28. That was a shock for me. We had number 17 Texas defeat Arkansas 52-37. Number 18 Michigan defeated Maryland 45-20. They have a huge matchup this weekend against the number 1 team in the country, so their playoff hopes are still alive as well. Number 20 Tennessee defeated Florida 31-11. We had an upset out of Wisconsin. Unranked Wisconsin defeated number 21 Illinois 27-10. We had unranked TCU defeat number 23 Houston 17-14. We had number 24 Tulane defeat Temple 37-13, and we had number 25 Arizona State defeat number unranked Colorado 42-17. As we look ahead to tomorrow's matchups, we have a few games actually for Friday's football. Again, this is rivalry week kicking off tomorrow on ABC and ESPN. We got number 7 Ole Miss headed to Mississippi State in the Egg Bowl, I believe that's what it's called, for their matchup, 12 p.m. tomorrow on ABC to kick off week 14. We're here at the last week of regular season college football. I mean, this is crazy, right? Next weekend we literally have the championship week. Like, I mean, it just felt like I was just talking about game 1 of the Georgia Bulldogs season. Like, this is crazy. And then tomorrow also at 12 p.m. on ESPN, we got number 13 Utah on the road against Kansas. Starting at 3:30 p.m. tomorrow on ABC, we got number 23 Georgia Tech hosting number 4 Georgia. Go Dogs. Wrong button. Again, old-fashioned hate. The game last year went to 8 overtimes. I don't expect this game to be close, honestly, right? The team that forced Georgia to 8 overtimes last year, from Georgia Tech, it's a team we seen earlier this year. But ever since then, right, that first loss of the season against NC State, right, Georgia Tech hasn't really been looking the same, right? They had to come back the week before last against Boston College on the road, 36-34, right? I don't know if the physicality is wearing off on them, right? How they are, if they're in shape. I don't know what's going on, but I know they're going to be motivated tomorrow, to try to put a dent into our playoff hopes, just put a dent into our morale. But one thing I know about this young Georgia team, man, them kids is flying around. They're ready to eat, right? They're motivated, and they're just ready to pounce, man. So I'm looking forward to see the dogs and the birds fly around tomorrow. Again, 3:30 p.m. on ABC. Number 23 Georgia Tech will be hosting number 4 Georgia. Go Dogs. We have number 2 Indiana on the road against Purdue at 7:30 p.m. tomorrow night on NBC and Peacock. We have a huge matchup tomorrow night as well at 7:30 p.m. on ABC. Number 16 Texas will be hosting the number 3 team in the land, Texas A&M. Texas A&M is looking to get a victory over Texas and make a not make a case. When if Texas A&M defeats Texas tomorrow, they will reach their first ever SEC championship game. But if not, if Texas defeats Texas A&M, the Georgia Bulldogs have an opportunity to represent the SEC in the championship game again and defend our title from last year. So that should be good. But that's going to be a huge game just to see how these two teams match up. Right, number 3 Texas A&M was on the verge of upset earlier this year against South Carolina, going down 27 points at the half. But Georgia, Texas A&M kept chopping, kept chopping, kept chopping. So that should be a good game, a good test for them on the road tomorrow night in a hostile environment down in Austin. Number 16 Texas hosting number 3 Texas A&M. That should be the second best game of Friday, but of course Georgia Tech is going to be the first best game of Friday of college. And then we got number 20 Arizona State hosting number 25 Arizona tomorrow night at 9 p.m. on Fox. So be on the lookout as the NCAA rivalry week unfolds. And again, Saturday's matchups are something to look out for too as well. We got a lot of good matchups in the top 25 on Saturday. So pull back up on the Sports Huddle and take a look and see how the NCAA top 25 continues to unroll. As we move on to the college football playoff rankings for this week. So, college football top 12 was announced on Tuesday, and the top 12 teams currently right now for the college football playoffs is as follows. We have the number 12 team in the land, currently right now, doing the last rankings. Number 12 Miami, right? Number 12 Miami is not slated to be a participant in the ACC championship game right now. So the committee is just going based off of what it looks like, from the teams that they want to be. The top two teams right now in the ACC is number 22 Pitt and number 18 UVA, right? I mean, Georgia Tech just absolutely pooped the bed over the last couple of weeks in the ACC, right? The horrible loss to NC State, and then the way they got dominated by Pitt. Pitt has cemented themselves in the opportunity and a case for potentially getting to the college football playoff. So I don't know where the committee is looking at. Miami is going to be able to represent the ACC in the college football playoff, but there's definitely only going to be one ACC team in the college football playoffs, and that's going to be the ACC champion. So Miami is just, you know, like I said, I don't know how people feel about the college football playoff rankings before they are set. I really don't care for them because it's so many different scenarios that have to work out for these teams to be there, right? If you're not in that top 6, 7, 8 teams, your chances of making the playoffs kind of fluctuates weekly, right? And everybody can state that case, but usually those top 5 teams are pretty cemented, for the college football playoffs for the most part. But the top 12 is as follows: number 12 Miami, number 11 BYU, number 10 Alabama, number 9 Notre Dame, number 8 Oklahoma, and Notre Dame, they've made a case to be in the college football playoffs, right? They didn't start the season off good, but man, these guys been rolling. They've been dominating teams left and right. I still feel like, uh, for an independent team to make the conference, you should go undefeated. That's just my opinion, right? Because you don't have a conference championship. You don't have true competitors each and every year that you're playing against, right? Your schedule fluctuates. Not You don't have a conference that you're just playing every year. That's my opinion on Notre Dame or any independent team that makes the college football playoff. I feel like you should go undefeated because you don't have a conference championship, right? You don't have a conference to, compete for, right? To be competitive with. So that's just my opinion. But I mean, last week, dominant performance over a good Fran Brown Syracuse team was definitely a statement. Say, hey, we belong here. So number 8 Oklahoma. Number 7 Ole Miss. We had number 6 Oregon leap Ole Miss with a victory over uh, USC last week, so which put them in that top 6 spot. We got number 5 Texas Tech University, number 4 UGA, number 3 Texas A&M, number 2 Indiana University, and number 1 Ohio State University. So that's our top 12 college football playoff rankings heading into Week 14. So Week 14 is going to be something that have the ability to shake up a lot of things. Like I said, that number 3 spot for Texas A&M could go away. Right, Texas is sitting at number 16 right now. They could leapfrog themselves back in the college football playoff conversation with a huge win over an overmatched opponent, a undefeated team, a team that's been in the top 5 since like week 4 of the NFL of the college football. So this is a huge opportunity. All right, Georgia, right? Georgia have an opportunity to kind of cement themselves in that top 3 with a victory over Georgia Tech and a loss by Texas A&M, right? And of course, again, our opportunity to represent the SEC and defend our SEC championship title from last year. But we shall see. There's a lot to go on this weekend. I'm just excited. This is really my favorite time of the college football season, right? Rivalry week, championship weekend, and that's when you get into the playoffs, right? It's that bittersweet moment that it's like, man, it's almost over, but this is really where the season, this is what the season really is about, to get to this moment right here. So I'm excited for it, and we shall see how the season unfolds. So be on the lookout on Saturday Sports Huddle as we continue to look ahead to the NCAA college football top 25. Moving on to NBA for this week. NBA games last night. We had another NBA Cup matchup from last night's matchups. We had the Celtics cut the Pistons 13 win streak game to an end. They won last night over the Pistons despite an amazing performance from Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham had a leading 42 points. Um, I mean, this guy Jalen Duren, he's been playing lights out. Like I said, Al, he spoke about him being available. This guy's been dominant, man. He's almost averaging. He is averaging a double double. He averages 19.98 points and 11.8 rebounds. So he's averaging a double double. I believe he had another one last night. He had 12.16 rebound, right? So this kid is playing lights out. But the 42 points wasn't enough for the Celtics, the Pistons to get it done. Jaylen Brown had 33 points to elevate the Celtics over the Pistons, 117 to 114. The Knicks dominated the Hornets, 129 to 101. The Heat defeated the Bucks, 106 to 103. The Raptors defeated the Pacers, 97 to 95. The Thunder defeated the Timberwolves, 113 to 105. The Grizzlies defeated the Pelicans in overtime, 133 to 128. The Rockets defeated the Warriors, 104 to 100. Steph Curry did suffer an injury in that game. I don't know how severe it is, but he did not finish the game, if I'm not mistaken. So he'll be looking to be evaluated here to see. Well, he did. He had 33 minutes in the game, so he must got hurt late in the game. But I know he did get injured in that matchup. So more news to follow on Steph Curry as injury updates come out on him. The Spurs defeated the Trailblazers 115 to 102, and the Suns defeated the Kings 112 to 100. For tomorrow's matchups in the NBA, we got games kicking off tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. We got the Hawks hosting the Cavaliers. This is another NBA group play. I think this might be the final group play. Let me see here, cause I don't know how many. Excuse me. I don't know how many games they play for the cup right now. Yeah, so right now in Group A, the Toronto Raptors are 4-0, followed by Cleveland 2-1, and the Hawks are 1-2 in the NBA Cup this season. So, looking to at least have some respectability and not only win a game for the regular season, but you know be respectable in the NBA Cup and try to wrap up the group play even, right? Not a loss against the Cavaliers. So a big matchup tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. The Nets will be hosting the 76ers also at 7:30. The Bulls going up against the Hornets. The Pistons looking to get back on that winning trail as they host the Magic tomorrow night. Excuse me. The Wizards Pacers matchup tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. on Prime Video. We'll have the Knicks hosting the Bucks. The Thunder will be hosting the Suns. The Spurs going up against the Nuggets. That should be a good game. Wemby is back on the court. The Wemby-Jokic matchup should be pretty solid. The Jazz host the Kings tomorrow night at 10 p.m. on Prime Video. We got the Lakers hosting the Mavericks. Cooper Flag making his debut against LeBron James. And then we have the Clippers hosting the Grizzlies. Not Cooper Flag making his debut, but Cooper Flag first time playing against LeBron James. That's what I'm saying. So that should be a pretty good matchup tomorrow as well for the NBA season as that continues. NCAA men's and women's top 25. So NCAA men's top 25 results from last night's games. We had a couple top 25 ranked matchups last night. We had number 24 Vanderbilt defeat Western Kentucky 83-78. We had number 15 Iowa State defeat Syracuse 95-64. Number 20 Texas Tech defeated New Orleans 82-50. Number 3 Houston defeated Notre Dame 66-56. We had an upset out of Tennessee. We had unranked Kansas defeat number 17 Tennessee 81-76. We had number 19 Kentucky absolutely dominate Tennessee Tech 104-54. We had number 21 Auburn with the upset over number 14 St. John's 85-74. I gotta get this stuff in order. We had number 6 Louisville defeat NGIT in a dominating fashion 104-47. We had number 7 Michigan dominate number 12 Gonzaga 101-61. We had an upset unranked Texas defeat number 23 NC State 102-97, and we had number 8 Alabama defeat Maryland 105-72. For today's matchups, kicking off today at 12 p.m. on ESPN, we actually have one matchup going currently during the time of this recording. Number 24 Vanderbilt is leading VCU by 10 points, 20-10 in the first quarter with 11 minutes left. Today at 3 p.m. on FS1, we got number 10 Florida hosting TCU. Today at 4:30 p.m., we got a top 25 ranked matchup between number 11 Michigan State and number 16 North Carolina at 4:30 p.m. today on Fox. Number 9 BYU is going up against Miami today at 5 p.m. on ESPN. And then we got another top 25 ranked matchup, the SEC versus ACC. Number 22 Arkansas hosting number 4 Duke tonight at 8 p.m. on CBS. For Friday's matchups in the NCAA men's top 25, tomorrow at 12 p.m. on the Big Ten Network, we got number 1 Purdue hosting Eastern Illinois, and we got a top 15 ranked matchup between number 13 Illinois and number 5 UConn tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. on Fox. As we look ahead to NCAA women's top 25 basketball, Wednesday's matchups last night in the NCAA women's top 25 basketball, we had number 2 South Carolina defeat Duke 83-66. We had number 6 Michigan dominate Detroit Mercy. They didn't have no mercy for them. They absolutely dominated them 102-53. We had a top 25 ranked matchup between number 7 Maryland and number 16 Kentucky. Maryland defeated Kentucky 74-66. Number 11 Iowa defeated Western Illinois 86-69. We had a top 5 ranked matchup between number 4 Texas and number 3 UCLA. Number 4 Texas defeated UCLA 76-56. Number 15 Baylor defeated Louisiana Tech 75-46. And we had an upset out of Ohio State. We had unranked Ohio State defeat number 21 West Virginia 83-81. For today's matchups, we got a game currently going on right now. Number 12 North Carolina with a demanding lead over South Dakota State 72-43 with 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We have a number 25 NC State on the road against Green Bay. We got number 7 Maryland hosting Hofstra. We got a top 5 ranked matchup tonight at 8 p.m. on True TV for the Players Era Championship. Number 2 South Carolina will be hosting number 4 Texas. Top 25 SEC ranked matchup tonight again at 8 p.m. on True TV. We got number 17 Vanderbilt hosting Oregon State. Number 8 TCU hosting Richmond. And tonight at 10:30 p.m. on True TV, we got number 3 UCLA hosting Duke. For Friday's matchups in the NCAA Women's Top 25, we have number 25 NC State going up against Southern Mississippi. We got number 10 Iowa State going up against Marquette. Number 12 North Carolina hosting Kansas State. Number 24 Oklahoma State going up against Charlotte. Number 13 Ole Miss hosting Wisconsin. Number 18 USC hosting Pepperdine. Number 16 Kentucky going up against Morgan State. Number 8 TCU hosting UAB. Number 9 Oklahoma hosting Coppin State. Number 20 Michigan State going up against Temple. Number 23 Louisville hosting Eastern Illinois tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on the ACC Extra. Number 5, LSU hosting Marist, and number 22, Washington hosting UC San Diego. So be on the lookout for Saturday's Sports Huddle as we continue updating information and a look ahead to the remaining season of NCAA men's and women's top 25. As we wrap up the Sports Huddle today with the National Hockey League, National Hockey League results for this week is as follows from Wednesday's matchups in the National Hockey League. We had some pretty solid games. Um, we I have gotten word of the international series that will be coming to the National Hockey League, but it will not be. I haven't got confirmed word of the Four Nations tournament, so I haven't got confirmed information on that yet. But I will keep an eye out and keep my ears open to see what's coming down the line in regards to the Four Nations matchups for the National Hockey League. But Wednesday's matchups is as follows. We had the Stars defeat the Kraken 3-2. We had the Canucks defeat the Ducks 5-4. We had the Senators defeat the Golden Knights 4-3. The Avalanche shut out the Sharks 6-0. We had the Canadiens defeat the Mammoth 4-3. The Wild defeated the Blackhawks 4-3. The Rangers defeated the Hurricanes 4-2. The Maple Leafs defeated the Blue Jackets 2-1. The Capitals defeated the Jets 4-3. The Penguins defeated the Sabres 4-2. The Bruins defeated the Islanders 3-1. The Devils defeated the Blues 3-2. The Panthers fell to the Flyers 4-2. The Predators defeated the Red Wings 6-3. And the Lightning defeated the Flames 5-1. For tomorrow's matchups in the National Hockey League, kicking off at 12 p.m., the Red Wings will be hosting the Lightning. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. on TNT or HBO Max, the Bruins will be hosting the Rangers. The Avalanche are going up against the Wild. The Sabres will be hosting the Devils. The Flames will be going up against the Panthers. The Islanders will be hosting the Flyers. The Senators are going up against the Blues. The Golden Knights are hosting the Canadiens. The Kings going up against the Ducks. The Sharks hosting the Canucks. The Maple Leafs going up against the Capitals. The Hurricanes will be hosting the Winnipeg Jets. Tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on the National Hockey League Network, the Blue Jackets will be hosting the Penguins. The Predators going up against the Blackhawks. And the last game of tomorrow will be the Dallas Stars hosting the Mammoth. So be on the lookout on Saturday Sports Hub to get updated information from Friday's National Hockey League matchups, NCAA men's and women's top 25, NFL Thursday and Friday football games, NCAA rivalry week kickoff Friday night matchups, and again, everything else sports related that I cover here on the Sports Huddle, you can find it here on the Grateful Gab podcast. I'm Grateful Dave. Y'all be blessed. It's been it's been a privilege and a pleasure to be here with you all today. As always, give Jehovah God glory each and every day. All right, it's truly an amazing accomplishment to have life today, and we didn't do that on our own. Jehovah did that for us. So make sure we give Him glory each and every day, and give Him true thanksgiving that He speaks about in the Bible each and every day, not on a day that Satan has put out to the world to say, "Hey, you be thankful this day." No, we want to be thankful each and every day. So love y'all. Take care of yourselves, and until next time, peace. Are you enjoying today's episode? This episode of the Grateful Gab podcast is proudly sponsored by Sugarcane Sweet Shop. At Sugarcane Sweet Shop, every dessert is made with love, creativity, and a sprinkle of sweetness. From the signature cookies and cupcakes to custom cakes for every occasion, Sugarcane is available to make your moments a little more special. Follow them on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook at Sugarcane Sweet Shop to see what's fresh from the oven. And don't forget to treat yourself today.